Hello guys, and welcome back to the Windswept Cowboy. I am Chrissy and I am so happy that you are here today. We are doing something new and fun, and I think it might be a new series that I'm going to be working on throughout the year, and that is a home refresh for 2021. I have had pretty much the same artwork in the same place for 7 years, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. And so I think today we're going to start off by swapping my artwork into different rooms, see how we like it. Now some things are going to stay the same because they just worked perfectly. Some things are going to change. But I do have an inspiration piece that I want to share with you, and I'm going to run that inspiration piece and the colors throughout my house because I have a very open floor plan. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I am standing here in my hallway. Now my laundry room is to the left, and you can see in there. Behind me is my guest bath, you can see in there. And then to the right of me, you can see in my office, which has all of my grandson's toys, so don't mind the mess. And then my guest room. Looking straight ahead, you can see my dining room, my kitchen, my living room, and my master bedroom. Pretty much from the same view walking in. Now to maintain that cohesiveness throughout my house, I do need to use the same color scheme throughout. I can add little pops of color that maybe coordinate, or like with the seasons, definitely I go a little more crazy. But I do have that inspiration piece that I was talking about. That is the area rug I purchased at the end of last year. That's in my living room, and I found out that I actually have a lot of things that already go with that. So, you know, let's save some money, right? Here's my area rug. I purchased it from Boutique Rugs, and they usually have a 60% off coupon code going on most all of the time. And I purchased this very inexpensively, and I realized I had a lot of these colors. We have the creamy white, we have like a taupey brown, dark gray, and light gray. And I have my pictures already lined up out here that we're going to be working with. And I have a couple other pieces that are still in place. I have this piece up here that's going to stay. I needed something to take up the visual drywall effect when I raised my curtain panels up. And I purchased this a couple of years ago. It has the exact colors, and it even has some of the little scrolly work. So I did not realize when buying my rug that this was all going to work. And when I did raise my curtain rods, which I just have conduit up there that I spray painted black, so that was very inexpensive, and I used my existing curtain panels because they were still fine. Hopefully we can get this. There we go. But it left them a little short, and I didn't want to have to buy all new curtain panels. So I just bought some shears at Walmart very inexpensively, and I cut them to fit and then attached them to the bottom and then added a little bit of trim that you see right there. And the colors in these curtain panels match exactly to the rug. Here's a closer look at some of the wall decor that we will be moving around. I purchased Mr. Steer and these two barn pictures a year ago, maybe, when I refreshed my master, and I don't know, they just didn't fit. So I have taken them down like before Christmas, and I did not want to put them back up. So they may find a new home somewhere else. And then I just showed you these. These photos are actually my photography that I had framed. So it's kind of fun to have something that you did on the wall. And these two are from Death Valley. And by the way, that was an awesome place to visit. If you haven't visited Death Valley, I highly recommend it. Here are some of the other pieces that aren't photos that I had on my wall. They will probably find a new home too. May not even use them at all. Not sure. We'll see how it all looks. I did have this mirror hanging in my room, and when I set it on the table, I thought it looked so pretty with that. It's a little big, but I may try to find something to go in the center of my table that reflects, because that's gorgeous. Look at that. So pretty. The two photos that you see on either side of my mirror, I have already put up before I realized, you know, I should probably just make a video and help you guys out too while I am redecorating my house, because you might want to do the same thing. But these came from my guest room on either side of the headboard, and I kind of thought they would look neat in my dining room, and they definitely have the colors that I'm looking for. Okay, I'm standing in my main front door entryway, and I've decided to add those three photos that have the same color, the same frame, up on this wall here. Now I've already done measuring, and I have marks all over my wall, and I will kind of briefly go over how I did that. So I have a lot of holes that need filled and then repainted. First of all, you're gonna want the middle of your artwork to be around 60 inches above the floor. That puts it at eye level. It's kind of a standard industry number. I have 9-foot ceilings, so I definitely wanted to hit the 60. Some can get by with like 57, depending on the size of your picture and all that. So you just kind of have to play. So somewhere between 57 to 60-ish is where you want the middle of your artwork to land. So that being said, we need to figure out where we want this to hit on the wall. I measured my art piece, and it's 27 inches long. So I'm going to go up to 60 inches from the floor, and then half of 27 is 13 and a half. So I'm going to add 13 and a half inches to my 60, and then that is where I'm going to put my nail. Hanging one is the easy part. Next, I have to add the other two, and I'm going to measure over 4 inches, and then 4 inches, and then use that same measurement off the floor up to the top as I did with the center one. And then your next friends, obviously hammer and nail, but you're going to want to level to make sure everything lines up. And there we go. I would say it's that easy. It's not really. It would be easier if you had one of those line laser level things where you can go just straight across and you don't have to measure up from the floor each time. That would be really handy. I don't own one of those, so it's just tape measure and level for me. I would like to add one of these larger photographs over the hooks in my entry. Now I originally had the one on the right, just the black and white one. I'm going to try the one on the left, the train, because it has a little more dark gray and blue in it, and I think that might bring some color over to the entry. We're going to give them both a try and see which one we like the best. Well, I started with this first because I really thought I wasn't going to like it, and then when I put my mountain landscape one up, I would just leave it and be done, because that's what was up there before. And I did add the other, like the Devil's Tower and the trees there on the left side. So now it's got me thinking. I think I'm actually going to take it down, put the landscape mountain picture back up, and use this particular one over my bed in my room. And then I think that will draw some of those colors out of the rug into my room. In this particular situation, I included the hooks as part of my overall picture as far as trying to find center. So I just measured from the bottom of the hook to the top of the picture, got my half measurement that way, and then measured up 60 inches from the floor, and then that is how I placed my picture. So you can include other things into your overall design to get your halfway point and then go from there. And there's what that looks like. I believe it matches my pictures a little bit better. I'm not sure if I can get them in the same shot. Let me try that. Well, kind of. You can see there are the three, and then I work my way over, and then there's that landscape. Now let me show you what that wagon picture looks like in my room. I think that adds a lot of color, and I have all of those colors already in my room. It just brings out the browns and the blues and the grays, and I think it's going to look really nice. One thing I do want to say, and I think what is driving me crazy in this room, is my bed is not centered on the wall. So probably the very next video in this series is going to be me redoing all of the artwork, moving my bed over, maybe finding a couple of new lamps because those are very short and squatty, and the lampshades are out of date and they don't go with anything. So I think our next video in this series will be in this master bedroom, kind of redoing it. Since I decided to add that wagon in my room, I think this wagon wheel is going to go in there. This is actually the spokes from that wagon. That wagon is in Death Valley, and that is the 20 Mule Team borax wagon from long time ago when they used to dig up the borax there. And this is the view taken through the spokes of that wagon at the mountain. So I'm going to add that into my room too, and I think they'll go nicely together. And because I have a very long wall to the left with 3 photos, you can see the photo above my bed from this particular central location in my house here. You can also see the photo by the front door. I am not going to add any decor on the 2 smaller walls on either side of the door leading into my room. I think that would just be too much. So we're going to leave those blank and just live with what we see here. Here's my TV wall. We haven't discussed this yet. I do have 4 frames that I add to the left side of my television, and the 4 frames together form something that looks a little bit more substantial. I had Christmas in them. I just need to figure out what I want to put in them to go with maybe my landscape. I'm not quite sure. Need to do some research on that, and then those will probably go up right there. And then on the right side is just my blanket ladder, and then they kind of all balance out. Okay, in my guest room, hopefully you can visualize, I'm going to put the steer and the 2 barns, I think, up above that headboard. I'm going to take the original train picture down. That's a historical photo that I had framed, and I'm going to put that in the big wall in my dining room. And I think that'll match the other 2 smaller ones around my mirror because they kind of go together. They went together in here. And then I have to decide what I want to do on the side. Do I want to get like another windmill and mirror that on the other side, or do I want to do tobacco baskets or something else? I don't really have 2 of anything, so this is just kind of giving me an idea of maybe what I need to buy. Those are both very inexpensive, and I think either choice would look really nice with the barns and steer. Unfortunately, that big picture that is hanging on the wall, I cannot get off by myself. I am currently here with no help. So we're gonna wait and just kind of visualize this room, and I will give you an update on what it looks like when I do get that finished. This blank wall right next to the door frame is going to be a family gallery picture frame wall. It's where you first walk in. I'm in my laundry room, walking in, and that is the wall that my close friends and family will see. And I think that will be kind of special. I'm also going to do a family picture wall right here too on these shelves. That's what it was meant for. We made these. They're very narrow and they're perfect for family photos instead of anything goes, which is currently my decor style in here. But hopefully I can pick out a few frames. I don't think they're on sale this week at Hobby Lobby. I will have to wait maybe for this wall. I ended up with a few extra things that I can place in different areas once I start living with the main pictures, and that may stay right there. Really, really love that. And I think this is going to be really pretty for spring, so I may set that somewhere in the kitchen and put some faux flowers or even real flowers, we'll have to see, in that for spring. And then these are the 4 frames that I was telling you about that go on the side of my television. I just need to redo the picture in them and then hang those. Well, I hope that was helpful for you guys. I kind of walked you through my thought process, trying to pull my inspiration piece colors throughout my house, trying to make things make a little more sense, but yet refresh for me on a budget. I have not purchased anything yet. It's all still things that I had in my house. And I think going forward in this series, my master bedroom will be next. It's kind of driving me crazy and I want to fix that. So look for that next. Be sure that you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload the next video. And that is going to be it for today. You guys go and have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.